I'm CJ, and this is Truth Tuesday. So I have a question for you today. What is your dream for your life? Maybe for you, it's to make a whole lot of money. Maybe it's to be super successful in your career. Maybe it's to have the ideal, perfect family. Maybe it's something else. But I would argue that all of our dreams are centered around one thing. You see, we could get a lot of money and find that our dreams aren't met. We could have a wildly successful career. We could have the ideal, perfect family. We could succeed in every area that this earth has to offer, and yet we might find that something is lacking. I would argue that the real dream in our life, whether it's success or family, is centered around this idea of fulfillment. And so the question becomes, how do we live fulfilled lives? And how do we chase our dreams in the midst of living fulfilled lives? Because let's be honest, a successful career, a fantastic family, being great parents, those are incredible things. And so how do we find fulfillment in the midst of chasing our dreams? And how can our dreams help us find fulfillment? I'm reading this new book. I just started it. It's called Dream Big. It's by Bob Goff. And he says something in this book that I think is really, really incredible. He's talking about how if we are really going to chase down our dreams and we are really going to find true fulfillment in this life, it's going to take work. And he says this. In the introduction, he says, "Our understanding of who we are and how God sees us is worth all the time and the energy we'll put into the task. The trick is figuring out what is true after all the distractions, misstatements, and misunderstandings have been eliminated from our lives. Here's what makes it worth it. When we sort through all the words written by ourselves and others, and when we discard what isn't true or doesn't matter anymore, we'll find the clarity we need to choose the desires worth pursuing. What's left over will be your truest, most beautiful, and lasting ambitions." I love this idea that there are all these misstatements and distractions, and there are all these lines that we tell ourselves and these things written by ourselves and by others about us. And it takes a lot of work to really intentionally begin looking at all of those statements and getting rid of the ones that don't matter, getting rid of the ones that are distractions, getting rid of the ones that aren't true or don't make sense. And when we do that hard work, we find the truest version of ourselves, and we can chase the dreams that will bring us the most fulfillment. I love what Paul says in Ephesians. In the book of Ephesians, he's reminding people about their value in Jesus Christ. And so he reminds them, hey, you used to be this person, and then you started cutting stuff away and stripping stuff away, and you allowed Jesus to come in and change your life. And you kind of really narrowed it down to the person that God created you to be. And he says this in Ephesians chapter 2, verse 10. He says, "For we are his workmanship." Some versions say his masterpiece, created in Christ Jesus for good works, which God prepared beforehand that we should walk in them. I would argue that our largest, most ambitious, most fulfilling dreams of our lives are the good works that God has already prepared for us. The ways that we go out and we change people's lives for his kingdom, whether that's in the workplace or among friendships or among family. I would argue that we will find the most fulfillment when we strip away all the distractions and we focus on who we are in Jesus Christ, not on who we tell ourselves we are, not on who others say that we are, but who Jesus says that we are. And like Bob Goff says, it's then that we will find the truest, most significant version of ourselves, and we can chase the dreams that God has prepared for us to chase, which are going to be the most fulfilling dreams that we can ever chase. Thanks for listening.